Hi, everybody. Oh, wow. Good evening, good evening. Okay, share na natin live video. Ay, ako din pala mag-share. Okay. Okay. Good evening, everybody. Okay, share lang muna natin yung live video. Yan, good evening. Nako, kakausap lang natin kanina, My Sassy Box. Hello. Benelli, good evening, good evening. Ang dami. Ang bilis ng mga, yung mga gustong magtanong for tonight. Ang bibilis. Grabe. Okay. Nakikita ko na yung mga yung mga questions natin agad. Okay. Ay naku, the Princess of Mega World. Good evening, Rain. The Princess of Mega World is always present, perfect attendance since 2021. Hanggang 2040 tayo dapat perfect attendance ka. Okay. Yan. Ay, wow. Wow, parang ang lalalim ng mga Uy, grabe. Hello, Francis. Namaskar, Francis. Ang dami kaagad ang dami kaagad paandar ni ni Francis Sabi niya si Sir Flawless. Ano lang 'yan, nasa ilaw. Wow! Okay. Ay, grabe. No, nag si Master Glad tsaka si Master Cha, mga lang 'to 'no, mga extension ng Sunday session. So, good evening, good evening. Okay, teka. Naku, ang dami na kaagad mga um, entries for tonight. Okay, so by the way, if hindi nyo pa napapanood yung ating weekly tarot reading, well, I must say this is gonna be a very, very busy week. And when I say very busy, talagang hindi lang siya sa natin hindi lang siya sa career natin. Talagang it's really planting good seeds. Kumbaga, this is our first week starting off with the first week of a new month. Ito talaga yung parang nagtatanim tayo ng magandang energies natin. And that's really the theme for the whole week. We're going to be investing great energies na in the future tayo din na mag-harvest. So, syempre, majority of our energies are driven towards our career. So, business, work natin, yan talagang pinaka-main target natin. But at the same time, hindi lang to limited yung, kumbaga, yung pag-i-invest natin ng good energies will not be limited sa ating career. So, if you are also wanting to start something new, if you're wanting to finally, kumbaga, if you're waiting for a sign to start something new or to invest your time, effort, and energy into creating something new, this is also the perfect timing for you to do so. Meron ba specific warning for this week? Wala. Pero tomorrow is gonna be a very amazing day to do that. So, yung sinasabi ko ng starting anew, it's the perfect time to do it tomorrow, starting tomorrow. So, para mas maging guided tayo on how you're going to go through it, wag nating kalimutan panoorin yung ating weekly tarot reading after ng session natin. And also, isang lucky winner ng 1,000 pesos ng Abundance Crystal Bracelet courtesy of Celestial Blue. Yan na naman ang ating raffle for tonight. So yes, please stay tuned at the end of our session for tonight. Okay? Oh, ang dami ng wag mo pagtawanan mga nag-send. Oh, grabe siya. Okay. Parang ang gulo-gulo niyo sa comment section, oh. Ginawa niyo ng chat group, no? Ano, GC na ba 'to? Okay. Ay, sandali, teka ba? Napaka wow! Ay, teka lang, okey, In fairness, yung mga line-up ng mga first set of questions natin ngayon, aba, you'll be surprised. I was rooting for yung mga suki natin, pero mukhang may mas nauna sa mga suki natin for tonight, 'no? So, para makahabol tayo, simulan na natin yung session natin. Okay, so, Ay, done sharing. Thank you naman, Cherry. Maraming maraming salamat. At dahil nga gusto ko lang sagutin lahat ng mga kuwentuhan natin, mga questions natin na pumapasok na for tonight, simulan na natin yung session natin, okay? And tuloy-tuloy naman ang ating tsismisan all throughout the night. So, simulan na natin and I don't start any of my sessions, yung aking mga workshops and sessions, live sessions without saying a prayer. And I am a fully practicing Hindu. So I will be saying or chanting my prayers in Hindu. Pero syempre, no matter which religion we are all following, lalong-lalo na if you are here right now tonight with us and meron tayong mga katanungan, meron tayong mga kailangang guidance sa ating buhay ngayon at sasali tayo sa session natin, I will invite you to join me in prayer, no matter which religion we're following or belief system we're following. Let's all gather in God's name and let's all pray for guidance, wisdom, and most especially maraming love and protection for our session tonight. Okay, please join me. Om. 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 Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshvara, Gurur Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshvara, Gurur Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshvara, Gurur Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Om Shrim Hrim Shrim Kamala Kamalale Prasida Prasida Shrim Hrim Shrim Om Mahalakshmi Namaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thank you for joining me in prayer. Namaskaram sa inyong lahat, and namaskaram, namaste, and namaskar is a very important greeting for us Hindus that acknowledges the divine from each and every one of us. So magandang gabi sa inyong lahat. My name is Marky Mendoza. I'm a Reiki master and teacher and also an intuitive tarot reader and teacher. Welcome to your official Tuesday night habit, and this is Tarot Tuesdays. And every Tarot Tuesdays, nagbibigay tayo ng tulong sa lahat ng mga nangangailangan, sa mga tao dyan na may kailangan ng clarity, anything that concerns yung ating mga career, sa love life na, naku, parang medyo mga love life ang mga nakikita ko so far, okay? So, shout out sa mga sa mga nag-send ng love life questions na nakikita ko. Okay, okay yan. Sige, pag-usapan natin na maigi yan tonight and ready tayo mag-share ng ating guidance and wisdom. And syempre, sabi ko nga, ang pagsasali sa mga sessions natin sa ating Tarot Tuesdays ay libre lang. All you need to do is to share our live video sa ating social media. Paki-share lang sa newsfeed natin o kaya sa ating stories and paki-screenshot po Pag na-screenshot na natin, padala natin sa ating Facebook page, Everyday Reiki with Marky, and then ready na tayo magtanong. Also, we will, as much as we can, we will answer one question at a time at first come, first serve basis po tayo para may equal chance po lahat ng mga naggustong magtanong para magkaroon tayo ng equal chance na masagot ang ating mga questions for tonight. So, sa lahat naman po na magtatanong, ano naman ang magiging basis o saan ko makukuha ang basis ng aking mga mababasa? Lahat po ng aking babasahin kung sino nagtanong, babasahin ko ang energy ng nagtanong. And ano naman ang elements involved in understanding our energy? It's anything na current. Lahat po na pinaprocess natin ngayon, anything in our thoughts and the emotions that come with it. And ano ba yung mga decisions sa pinagpipilian natin? And finally, what are our actions? And once we started verbalizing things, may nasabi na tayo or may nagawa na tayo, automatically this will be subjected to the universal law of cause and effect. For the Christian and Catholic faith, ang tawag natin dyan ay the golden rule. Para sa ating mga Hindus, fellow Hindus din natin, ang tawag natin dyan ay the law of karma. And syempre, science calls it Newton's third law of motion. So, ang magiging basis natin kung anong tinanim, siya ay ating aanihin. So, lalong-lalo na pag gumalaw na tayo, yan na ang ating mga expect na makakukuha nating mga energies. So, sa mga makukuha nating energies right now, huwag po kayong mag-alala kapag binasa natin ang energies ninyo at maganda ang mga cards sa lalabas, hindi pa yan final. In fact, pwede mo pang pagandahin ang energy. Paano? Pagandahin mo lang ang thoughts, your emotions, your decisions, and your actions. Mas magiging mabilis, mas maganda ang mamamanifest natin na blessing. And hindi po tayo natatakot to share any possible warnings kapag nagtanong po tayo dito because this will always prepare you. Kapag may mga warnings po tayo, all we need to do is to shift our energies fully para hindi na natin makukuha yung mga possible warnings na yan. Ang lahat na magtatanong sa atin for tonight, ang makikita ninyo is ano bang reflection ng mga energies ko right now, which will definitely prepare you to improve your energies. So, syempre, kung ikaw magtatanong, ang energy mo ang ating babasahin. Pero minsan yung mga question natin, imbis sa energy mismo ng nagtanong, dun ko hahanapin ang sagot. Minsan ang tanong will be found on somebody else's energy. Ngayon, kung gagawin ko yun, if your questions, mostly these are questions that are concerning two or more people, kung directly mahahanap sa ibang tao ang kasagutan and wala silang awareness na gagawin ko yun, nahahanapin ko ang sagot sa kanilang energy, meron kasing karma yon and yung karma mapupunta sa akin kasi para siyang invasion of privacy. So, sorry na. Ang dami na nating pinaprocess na karma. Okay po. Pero just in case, ang mga questions natin will be involving two or more people, may paraan naman to ask those questions nang hindi ako nagkakaroon ng karma, and that is through dividing the energies equally. So kung dalawang participants, hahatiin natin equally yung ating mga energies para pwede na natin maitanong at walang karma on my end. Pero meron lang tayong disclaimer, every time na hahati-hatiin po natin yung energies natin, may possibility mahati din yung ating accuracy rate dahil hindi natin kontrolado ang energy ng ibang tao. Sariling energy lang natin ang kaya nating kontrolin. So, eto na, gagamitin natin ng mga, this has always been my favorite tarot deck. This is the Golden Tarot by Cat Black. And may dalawang klase ng energies tayo mababasa dito, major cards and minor cards. Kapag ang goal natin is makukuha as much as we can ng major cards and tatlong cards ang kukunin natin lagi. So, the more major cards, the more chances of winning kasi ang major cards, kumbaga yun na ang harvest time ng ating mga blessings. It gives you the idea, napaka-strong, napakaganda ng message and ng guidance sa atin for tonight. And kapag minor cards ang makukuha natin, hindi naman sa hindi siya maganda. Ibig sabihin lang, kailangan pahihinugin muna natin yung energies natin. Or kailangan magtanim pa tayo ng napakagandang energies para in the future, mas gumanda at mas maganda ang ating mga blessings. Okay? So, tatlong cards ang kukunin natin. Yung first card will represent ano ba ang na-invest kong energies. Okay? So, ano ba yung mga natanim kong energies? The second card will reflect ano ang energy ko right now. And finally, the last card, kung saan papunta yung ating mga in-invest na energies. And the goal again is to get as much major cards as we can. So, simulan na natin ang ating session. Nakikita ko na ang mga entries natin for tonight. And sabi ko nga, remember, libre lang magtanong basta susundin po natin yung guidelines natin. And please refrain from posting yung mga questions natin dito sa ating comment section dahil nagkakachismisan na tayo para magkakakilala. Pwede na kayong gumawa ng sarili niyong chat group dyan sa sarili nating comment section. No? So by the way, isa sa inyo pala ay mananalo ng 1,000 pesos worth ng Crystal Abundance Bracelet courtesy of Celestial Blue. And if gusto nyo ring sumali at manalo, all you need to do is pumunta tayo sa Facebook or Instagram ni sabihin ko sana yung pangalan. ni Celestial Blue. The celestialblue.ph in Instagram and Facebook. Muntik ko na mabanggit yung pangalan ng may-ari. Okay, and then mag-share lang kayo ng kahit anong post ni Celestial Blue either in your news feeds or sa ating stories. Take a screenshot, pakidala sa ating sa Facebook page, and that serves as your entry. Before we end our session for tonight, meron tayong winner syempre. Okay, simulan na natin. Ang dami kong chismisan, but at here we go, simulan na natin yung ating session for tonight. At ang ating ang pinaka nag-uumpisa, ano ba ang usually inaabangan ko talaga anong unang question natin para it sets the mood ng ating session for tonight, no? At nako, sige, ano sa tingin niyo ang ating ano sa tingin niyo ang unang aspeto ng buhay ng mga titignan natin? So, career ba, love ba, or health? Okay, tingnan natin. Sige, tingnan niyo. Tingnan natin. Aba, sandali. Mahina po yung signal. Hu, hu, hu. Hu, hu, hu. Oh no. Baka choppy ako dun sa ano niya. Okay. Piniflex niya yung pearl ni Alam mo ikaw, si Francis, lahat na lang na nakikita mo grabe, parang may ano ka diyan, may magnifying glass ka diyan sa o naka-zoom ba? Naka-zoom ba? Okay, so ang unang energy natin na tatanungin for tonight ay nag-uumpisas naku po, sa puso. Okay, naku, puso sa puso ang ating question for tonight, and our first participant said, "What is the guidance for my current love connection? Is it something worth keeping?" Wow! So, naku, yung mga and I'm sure yung nagtanong nito ay natatawa na siya dahil alam niya yung sagot. Pero dahil da ayan na, naku may mga, sige mag-uusap na lang tayo, sabi niya iyak tawa, okey. Okay, alam mo ganyan naman ang pagmamahalan, okay 'no? Kapag tayo'y nagmamahal, ganyan talaga hindi puwedeng the truest flavors of unconditional love. Dapat lahat ng mga emotions, experiences, mararamdaman natin 'yan because that gives a lot of depth and a lot of color sa ating sa ating relationships. Pero siyempre 'di ba, 'yan tawa-tawa lang 'yan pero ninenerbiyos, so yung ating first participant. O sige, tignan na natin. Ito na ang ating first card for our first participant. Okay, ito yung second card. Okay. And the third card, let's see. Okay, so okay, aba, wow. Okay, we have 1 out of 3 major cards. Honestly, itong cards natin are very, kumbaga they're always very honest. Kung ano man ang energy ng ating participant, inaabsorb lang ng maigi ng ating cards. And we have 1 out of 3 major cards. So I must say this is good. This is honestly good. Okay? So again, yung first card is an energy that we invested, kung ano yung ating naitanim na magandang energies, and maganda naman honestly. So our first card is 2 of coins. Yan. Okay. Now every time we get coins in our card, ang coins is an energy of, material abundance and prosperity yan. Pero, so, sabi ko nga, if this is a love question, tapos ang energy natin is lumabas ang coins, hindi naman porke ang question natin is about love, pero ang lumabas na cards natin is only corresponding to material abundance, hindi naman siya literally just limited to material abundance. It's the abundance itself, okay? So, maganda yung image natin ito. Unang-una, the sky is very clear because that also gives you the idea kung ano yung pinaka-feeling. That also sets the mood kung ano yung that also sets the mood kung ano yung pinaka ini-expect natin na emotions na nararamdaman natin. And this is again, yung first card is the invested energy natin. And so far, it's really clear. The sky is clear. The infinity sign is also here. And that's actually very auspicious when we're talking about continue, kasi tuloy-tuloy. Okay, ang hirap ng English. Continuity. Okay. Okay. So, baka mag-grammar Nazi ako dyan. Sorry na. Okay, sorry na. Pero may reminder lang kaya tayo dito sa card nito because every time we get a body of water sa ating cards, it also represents our emotions that we feel or we may get to experience. And depende kung anong klaseng anong pakiramdam ng tubig. And in this case, kung busy yung ating kung busy yung body of water, busy din yung emotions. Kung kalmado yung water, kalmado din yung emotions. And medyo maalon, okay? Medyo ito, yan. Ito nandito siya. Medyo maalon yung ating energies here. So that means, while you are also enjoying it holistically, hindi natin maisasantabi na on an emotional sense, medyo nagkakaroon din tayo ng konting maalon na mga pakiramdam. So that means, we may feel a little anxious about yung ating nararamdaman while we're going through. There's happiness, pero at the same time, medyo nararamdaman din natin na medyo imagine mo, anong pakiramdam natin if you're riding a boat tapos medyo maalon. So minsan we feel anxious, minsan ninenervyos tayo. But also, this is also a very good way for you to understand na we may be feeling something, pero what's the general feel? Okay? So meron medyo maalon ng maalon ng tubig, pero holistically speaking, kamusta yung pinakabuong view o kamusta yung pinaka-feel and the mood that you will feel. I still must say, kahit na there is a tendency na medyo maalon, holistically, it's very good. Now, this is where the first major card has now appeared. And yung second card natin, energy natin ngayon. Now, this is where the major card is, the Hierophant. And the Hierophant is the teacher. Okay, so yung teacher. So, before a teacher becomes a teacher, student muna siya. Okay, so, and pakiramdaman nyo na rin how it feels na nag-aaral muna tayo. Nag-aaral tayo, it also prepares us in learning many lessons and applying it through the quizzes, the monthly exams, periodical exams, final exams. So in short, we get to learn something, but we get to test and apply it through these tests. Now, syempre, this is something na relatable na lahat pinagdaanan natin, but in real life, ang mga ating ways to learn are through the life lessons. Okay, so we're talking about the love here. We're talking about the love aspects, and most especially when you get this card, this is really reminding us na yes, ito yung current situation. Yes, ito ang mga experiences mo ngayon. Now, what are the experiences last time? Ano naman yung mga experiences na in the past that can help you understand what your current situation is? Were there some instances in the past na similar scenarios have been here, or you've seen or you've felt and experienced a little bit of, kumbaga, some similarities? And meron ba tayong mga lesson na pwede nating ma-apply from the past that are also applicable in the present? And at the same time, it's also another reflection. Pag lumabas tong card na to, sinasabi talaga niya na, have we really learned the lesson? O talaga bang nasa process pa rin tayo ng learning? Now, this is something that can be very, very, that can be very open ended when it comes to seeing this card right now and this question for this particular participant. Dahil I must say that this card is also reflecting both ways, that you may be teaching something, but you are also learning at the same time. Now, it depends. It depends on how you will truly respond to this experience. Are you here to just experience it and to learn from it? Or are you also here to teach yourself a valuable lesson? You're not meant to teach someone. This is only a reflection kung ano dapat ituro mo sa sarili mo. As someone who has the ability to discern, as someone who has the ability to weigh out the past experiences, and to also weigh out if this is something that is also resonating from the past experiences. Maa-apply din ba natin yung teachings and learning from here? Saan papunta yung ganitong energies? And I must say, ay palaka. So, I must say na yung ating energies for the last one, I will say na this is still good. I will still say, because this is 10 of coins. But every time we get coins, this is again a reflection of the abundance and prosperity. But also, this is a very, kumbaga, maraming meaning tong card na to. So as you can see, napaka-busy, and parang dumami yung tao here. That can be a reflection of what are the things that you may expect. What are the things that you may expect? The busyness for yourself, you may also learn how, one of the things that you may also learn is to make yourself busy and to also put your energy into other things. Make sure that you also, kumbaga, not putting all of your not putting all of your eggs in one basket. Naku, magiging proud sa akin si Celestial Blue for using an idiom. Okay? Not putting all of your eggs in one basket. That means you may put your energy into different things right now, most especially in the season. And the season, lalo na itong linggong to, this is a perfect opportunity for you to start something, for you to discover a new skill, something new, or rekindle an old or past hobby, or a passion na naisantabi natin. This card is also telling you that aside from the focus ng energy ng love natin, there can be more meaningful things as well that you can focus your attention to. Para hindi masyadong kumbaga naka-focus lang on one thing, your energy is solely focused on one thing that you may feel na kapag whatever transpires in this aspect, in the love aspect natin, if it works well, you may celebrate it, you may feel happy and fulfilled. But if it turns the opposite, you may feel na parang because dinala mo lahat ng invested na energies mo on that, you may feel a lot of disappointment, or you may feel the uneasiness kasi nakafocus lang sa isang bagay. Wherein, if your energy is also equally divided into other things, other priorities, if one aspect o kung saan isang parte ng energy mo doon mo siya dinala, it may not 100% go our way, pero there are also other things that are working well. You won't feel like you've wasted your energy, or you won't feel like you have kumbaga yung investment mo is hindi lumago, hindi nag-grow. But also, this is not just something that is reflected sa sarili. This card is also a reflection of the things that you may agree. These can also be a reflection on the things na pwede ninyong pag-agreean sa future. You may do other things, the person may also do other things, or in short, yung guidance sa'yo can also be the same thing that can be the same guidance on the other party. Na pwede mong, na pwedeng, it can be a very good opportunity na to explore that. This is what the cards are agreeing. But sabi ko nga, this is a guide. At the end of the day, my role, kasi alam niyo may client din ako kanina. May client din ako sa reading kanina. So during weekdays, that's the opportunity for me to take in mga personal reading sessions, and it's a 2-hour session. And um a lot of the things that I always instill every time na meron akong session is that ang role ko and my responsibility as your reader is to give you the opportunity to also weigh things out. Hindi ako laging dideclare or magdidictate, ito lang ang pwede mong gawin. O kaya limited lang dito ang pwede mong gawin. My role here is to give you an opportunity to see na if you do this or if you take this route, it may lead to this. But if you take this route, it may lead you into this. So, ang binibigay ko is an opportunity for you to see many sides, a different facet of your life, for you to know na there is no such thing as just one option pagdating sa buhay natin, or isang ruta lang ang pwede natin tahakin pagdating sa mga landas natin. There are many things that we can explore, but the openness and how you're also going to trust na every time that you're going to choose any of these paths, it will lead to learning. It would lead to discovery. Pero sabi ko nga, we will never know until we finally try. So the openness, the willingness for us to discover these things, it has to come from within. My guidance here is when you're ready to explore, halimbawa this path, it will lead you to this. But sabi ko nga, at the end of the day, this will always be your decision. My guide is for you to use kung ano man ang mga guidance na to para timbangin ang mga decisions mo in the end. And also, there is no judgment. There is no judgment. And I'm not only saying this for our first participant, pero sa lahat na magpa-participate sa ating session for tonight, lahat ng sasabihin ko, it's only gonna serve as a guide. And at the end of the day, hindi naman ako I will not take it against anyone para, nagtanong ka pa, nag-advise pa ako sa'yo, ginalingan ko pa yung advice ko sa'yo, hindi mo rin pala susundan. It's really honestly okay. No matter what decision you make at the end of the day, basta alam mo kung saan siya papunta, and it prepares you. And if you really see the need for you to go through these things, by all means, go through it. So all I'm going to tell you is that so long as there's also willingness to learn, the preparation of what's to come, if you are also open enough for you to learn and to discover how far you can go into this, I'm telling you, marami ka rin naman madi-discover. But that's the thing, hindi lang dapat may willingness to go through it. There should also be willingness not just to learn the lesson, but really apply the lesson. The least thing you would want to happen, kasi nga, is parang ang goal lang natin is to allow ourselves to experience it. Pero kung hindi tayo matututo at the end of it, kung hindi natin maa-apply yung mga learnings natin for us to become a better version, para saan yung journey natin? It should have a deeper meaning 'pag alam mong may natutunan ka. Specifically, halimbawa, kapag nag-aaral tayo sa school dati, kapag na-apply natin siya sa real life, yung mga pinag-aralan natin, if it's something that we are able to practically apply in our real life, alam mo kung bakit mo pinaghirapan o alam mo kung bakit why you've spent your time, your effort, your energy into these things only for you to use it, to utilize it. Utilize it in the important times that you will need it. For this case, I don't want you to be afraid in exploring. I don't also want you to be afraid in exploring if it's worth keeping or not. It should always it should always go both ways. Na you can trust that it's worth keeping, but you should equally trust that your experiences in the past will lead you to answering this really. With or without my guidance, mararamdaman mo siya. With or without the guidance of the tarot cards, basta alam mo na ready kang matuto and ready kang ma-apply, i-apply rather yung mga lessons mo in the past, hindi ka magdadalawang isip to go through anything. Okay? Yun lamang, and thank you for joining Tarot Tuesdays. So good evening, everybody. My name is Marky Mendoza. I'm a Reiki master and teacher, also an intuitive tarot reader and teacher. This is your official Tuesday night habit, and welcome to Tarot Tuesdays. Para sa mga bago sa atin, by the way, baka naman nag-enjoy tayo masyado. Nakalimutan nating mag-subscribe naman tayo sa ating YouTube channel. And i-share nyo rin sa friends and family because, by the way, every Sunday, I post weekly readings to prepare your week. And kung hindi nyo pa napapanood yung episode natin last Sunday, this week is gonna be very busy. And tomorrow is an important day to make decisions, to start something new. And para mas maging guided tayo, after ng session natin, panoorin natin yung weekly tarot reading natin. Now, isa sa inyo, mananalo ng 1,000 pesos worth of Crystal makaturo naman. Crystal Abundance, kamanuno. Crystal Abundance bracelet, courtesy of Celestial Blue. Now, kung gusto niyo manalo ng ating magandang bracelet with Reiki-infused energies, all you need to do, pumunta lang tayo sa Facebook and Instagram of celestialblue.ph, pag-share sa newsfeed or sa stories, and paki-screenshot. Importante laging may resibo. And then later, before we end our session, may winner tayo niyan, okay? Oh, love you. Oh, alam mo yan, palakaka. Okay, so ayan. At dahil dyan, ang dami ng chismisan. Okay. Ganda po ng advice niyo. Thank you. Ay, thank you naman. Wow, thank you naman, Cherry. Ayan. And paano po magtanong? Ay, naku, para mag-participate tayo, nandito naman sa ating comment section yung ating mga instructions on how to participate. Mag-share ka na ng live video, screenshot mo, and then padala. And ayan na, may pila na tayo. Okay, sige. Next naman in our list, tignan natin ang ating second participant. Okay. Uy. Yung ating next participant, ang sabi po niya, ask ko lang po, ay good evening po. May bati pa pala, may bating panimula. Hindi ko nabati yung ating panimula. Okay. Good evening din. Okay. Ask ko lang po if mabebenta po ba or may chance mabenta yung lote ng lola ko sa mother side na located katabi ng City Hall this year. Thank you po in advance. Ay, kaya lang po, as much as I wanted to answer that question directly, kasi hindi po sa atin yung property. Okay, so that means, even as much as I can, ako medyo overstepping po dahil since hindi po tayo yung may-ari nung ating lote, kapag sinili po natin yung energy, baka yung may-ari, di ba, hindi aware na sisilipin kong energy na yan, may karma po yan on my end. Pasensya na, hindi po pwede yung ganyan tanong dahil ang dami ko na pong karma pinaprocess. Sorry na. Okay. So, teka lang ha. Okay, sorry na. Para kang nag-swipe ng credit card kaya lang na-decline. Pero sorry na, yung funds po hindi kakayanin ng karma funds ko po yung mga ganyan yung mga ganyang question. Sorry na, okay? Pero baka naman may iba ka pang tanong, anything that concerns you, yung para medyo iwas karma tayo, okay, di ba? Mas maganda yun. Ready akong sagutin yan. At dahil diyan, next na tayo sa next nating ano, sa next nating participant for tonight. So, sabi niya namaskara master, namaskara, parang de susi ano, kada bate babate. Okey, puwede po reading oy, naku sabi ko na nga ba, bakit ganito ang mga ano, mukhang may energy tayo na alam mo honestly yung reading ko rin kanina, love ang energy din ng mga focus namin. And itong second participant natin ay sabi, "Puwede pong pa-reading, love life energy po." Pero ba't siya tumatawa? Bakit ka tumatawa? Ba't ang dami mong tawa? Love you. O kasi sabi niya, "Tatawanan mo ako pero gusto mo naman itanong." Okey. Sige, ano ba nakikita ko na nga yung pop-up ng mga ano, eh, ng mga questions ninyo kanina. Pero sige, tignan natin. Ang energy ng love na ay teka hindi ko pa pala nare-replyan na ikaw na 'to. Ayan, okey. So tignan natin ang love energy nitong ating next na palaka. Okey. Tignan natin yung next energy nitong ating next participant na gustong tignan ng ating puso't isipan o puso lang ba? Tingnan natin, sige tingnan natin. Mukhang in love, yun. Naku, teka lang baka baka yung sa mga ano diyan ha, yung mga gusto rin magtanong oh, tingnan mo ang dami namang tawa niyan, ang intense naman nung tawa. Okay, so by the way, parang for this particular question, medyo ano 'to ha, dahil medyo seryoso yung question nitong next participant natin, eto may bayad 'to, medyo ano 'to, sangyup. Joke lang, joke lang. Tignan na ay, naku, okay. Ay, okay, naku. Ay, okay. Okay, we have three minor cards. Naku, alam mo nakakatawa. Nakakatawa yung ating set of cards dahil ang nakakatawa kasi dun is that napaka-literal kasi nung itsura nung mga cards 'no. So, lalo na kung halimbawa ikaw itong question na 'to ay para sa'yo, ta's nakita mo ipapakita ko yung itsura nung mga cards, parang hindi mo na kailangang ipa-explain what the cards are saying, okey? Parang hindi mo na kailangan i-interpret pa ng maigi, okey? So, simulan muna natin, ano bang naitanim na energy? Anong past energy natin diyan? And actually lahat, by the way, consistent yung energy na lumabas sa ating set ng cards natin, puro cups, okey, naku. And what are cups again? Every time we get cups, this is a resonating energy ng dalawang bagay. Puwedeng siyang a form of celebration, puwede rin siyang form of emotion. Now, ano naman ang magiging difference o paano natin madi-differentiate kung if it's a form of celebration or it's a form of an emotion? Aba, depende kung ano nakalagay sa cup. And kung ang nakalagay sa cup natin is wine, so parang kailan ba tayo nagwa-wine? Kapag may sine-celebrate tayo, okay? Pero kung ang nakalagay sa ating cup is water, ayun na. So that can be a form of emotion. But this time, actually, we have the Five of Cups, pero puro wine naman, 'di ba? Sing tamis ng wine, sing tatag ng sunshine. Okay. Ages. Okay. Ayan, pero tingnan mo, ay parang ito yung hero fan kanina nung ating first participant. Okay, parang oh, 'di ba magkamukha din yung ano, oh sus, mukhang magkamag-anak 'tong dalawang 'to. Naku, may lesson din. Okay, ito yung na-invest natin na energy. Lahat naman tayo may lesson siyempre. Now, tingnan mo yung imagery. Yun yung imagery natin primarily dun sa ating nakaupo, 'di ba? Parang na-disappoint. Okay, so parang may mga forms of ay sus, parang sinusuyo pero naman parang ayaw. Okay. So ano pala 'to, BL series. Ay hindi, joke lang. Parang mga pari pala 'to, hindi, joke lang. Hindi, okay. So ano lang, so yung isa parang sinusuyo 'to, 'di ba? Pero ito naman parang medyo snobbish, okey, medyo snobbish, okey. Pero tingnan natin, yung mga cups ang titingnan natin sa ibaba. So may mga 5 cups diyan kaya siya Five of Cups, so 5 chalice ang nakalagay. Pero 2 out of 5 na mga cups ay medyo natapon, okey? Pero may 3 pa rin namang nakatayo and wine nga ang nakalagay. So that means it's a celebration still. So kung susumahin mo 3 out of 5 nakatayo, that's still a major celebration kumbaga. Yes, meron mang natapon or nag-overspill na 2 cups, pero majority may 3 pa ring nakatayo. So that's also a very good thing. Pero sabi ko nga, kahit na may 2 at majority na natira is maganda naman, may mga celebration pa rin. Pero bakit? Bakit tayo snobbish? Okay. Bakit tayo medyo snobbish? But because sabi ko nga, hindi naman natin maiiwasan na in any form of relationships, there are many things to celebrate. But if there are lessons that we all need to process and learn and go through, hindi pwedeng isasantabi natin yan. It's part of the route and the journey of the relationship para pagdaanan to strengthen it. And I want everybody to see and to recognize na kapag may kailangang ayusin sa relationship, hindi lang siya yung parang trip-trip lang na masyado tayong masaya, gusto ko naman mag-away tayo, hindi siya yung gano'n. Every time na may kailangang ayusin, it is because hindi rin automatic kailangan maghiwalay na. Ang goal is ayusin. 'Pag may gulo, aayusin, kumbaga. Hindi naman siya 'pag masyadong masaya, guguluhin. Hindi naman din niya 'yun, 'di ba? To know what to celebrate the wins, yung mga celebrations natin, to celebrate great experiences. And if there are things, lessons, life lessons that should be processed, ipaprocess natin. The goal is to strengthen at the end of it. But the goal there is to also be very open into fixing it. Which is something naman na yung pangalawang energy natin ay nag-improve naman. Tignan mo naman. 'Di ba? Ay sus, ayan na. Ano bang cups to? The 2 of cups. O, 'di ba? Nag-inuman na. Okay? After nito, binuo na yung story. Okay, after ma-disappoint dun sa dalawang nahulog, dinampot din naman yung nahulog at chineers pa at very napakaaliwalas ng energy. So mukhang nakapag-inuman na 'tong dalawang 'to after some time, after mag-away, mukha bang nakapag-inom. Ay, may sinasabi ka ba diyan? Bakit ka kinakabahan? Kinakabahan ako. Grabe siya, kalma lang. Okay, so and since mukhang okay naman the energy is yung pinaka-background, napaka-maaliwalas. Again, whatever you see or the imagery that you will see in the card will give you a holistic feel of what are the emotions, what's the mood, what are the experiences, possible experiences. And for me, maaliwalas, and that means you have to accept that this is a very good blessing. That yes, meron man mga kailangan i-process na lessons and natutunan naman, okay? And oftentimes kasi, yung kailangan natin to remind ourselves is to never be afraid to learn something or to also never be afraid na in a relationship na you have to go something, you have to give efforts to work on what you need to work on, not for anything else, not for pride and ego, but to strengthen and understand each other more. And this is what this card is about. So in short, nakapag-realize naman tayo kung ano ang mga kailangan nating trabahuhin, what we need to work on, and both have a very good agreement on how to do it. Now, where it leads to is the Six of Cups. Ito yung ending natin. Saan ba papunta ang ating usapan? Ay sus, biglang naging snobbish uli. Bakit naging snobbish uli? Tingnan mo naman to. Ay sus, okay. So, iba din. So, ito yung Six of Cups natin kanina. Anong tawag dito? Kanina nagche-cheers kayo, nagiinuman kayong ganyan, tapos bigla ka namang naging snobbish. Okay, bakit ka naging snobbish? There may be things that you will be discovering that may not 100% agree on what, kumbaga kung ano na pag-usapan or kung ano yung naayos. There can be things na little by little you will get to discover, you will get to discern, that may put you in a spot for you to process or for you to reassess things. And this is something na hindi pa nangyayari. Okay? So, this is the energy na pwede nating mano. So, just keep an open mind and heart of the things that you will receive. These can be in a form of information. These can be in a form of discovery that may also allow you to reassess things. Kasi tinan mo yung energy dito. So, para tayo may mga cups dito, marami tayong ino-offer. Pero si Bimbi, ang liit kasi mukhang ba? Yung bata, ino-offer lahat ng flowers, pero naging busy. Okay, hindi nagbibigay ng focus. Now, every time eto nga sasabihin ko, sabi mabalik nga tayo dito, oh, 'di ba nag-inuman na kayo, eh, oh. Hindi, joke lang. Mabalik tayo na when both parties agree na here are the things that we need to work on together. And kapag may agreement, syempre kailangan ang agreement natin is that no matter, hindi lang 'to sa isang bagay, this is something that should work as a habit sa ating relationship. 'Pag may kailangan matutunan, 'pag may kailangan ayusin, both should be willing to fix it. But the thing is, both have to be very willing. Hindi lang naman tayo aayusin ng aayusin kapag may gusot o kapag may kailangang plantsahin, magpaplantsa lang tayo na magpaplantsa. There should always be mindfulness na kailangan both will work together into improving everything. So that means, kailangan it would always entail change. Kailangan may babaguhin, kailangan may mai-improve, kailangan meron tayong magiging solid commitment. Yung solid commitment na hindi lang na you will stay together o hindi lang yun na parang as a couple, we will be happy together and that's a commitment, hindi. The commitment na if there are things to work on, you will work through it through change. Kailangan may babaguhin tayo. Kasi hindi naman pwede na alam na natin kung anong possibly makaka-disappoint, makakasakit, o hindi makaka-appreciate ng mga ginagawa natin with each other. Both ito, hindi lang to sa isang party lang, ha. Pareho ang may accountability. Pero imagine mo kapag alam lang, okay, let's fix it. Okay, ano, may kailangan tayo ayusin. Done. Fixed. Hindi siya natatapos doon. Kailangan may commitment that we should be willing na in the future, hindi na ito yung mga same situations o hindi na similar yung pagdadaanan natin. In fact, ang maganda diyan, magandang measure talaga na natutunan, ang dapat matutunan is kapag meron ding commitment na, alam mo yung the proper way of apologizing, the proper way, hindi lang siya magso-sorry ka lang. Of course, you have to say what you mean what you say. So that means the apology should be very genuine. It should be coming from the heart. So you have to really mean when you are able to offend or intentionally or unintentionally offend someone, you have to mean it if you're going to apologize. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. Dapat ang kasama doon is that, I'm sorry I have offended you or I apologize if I've done this. Ang dapat ang kasunod natin doon when we're able to apologize is that a commitment that you will never do it again. That should be part of the commitment. Kasi why would you, if it's a genuine apology, why would you have any intention of being in the same place again or being in the same situation and experience again? So dapat may commitment na kung ano man yung naka-offend o kung ano man yung sitwasyon na hindi na nagustuhan, dapat kung talagang you mean na hindi na talaga siya dapat or you mean na you're not really happy with that, dapat may commitment na hindi na yun mangyayari ulit. But next, hindi pa yun natatapos doon. Dapat meron din tayong commitment na what can I do to make up for it? Kailangan may commitment din tayo. Okay, I've done this. I may have offended you. Hindi ko na siya uulitin. Pero how do I make up for it? And syempre, pag sinabi na how to make up for it, syempre, dapat ang commitment natin is to also do it. Pero wala na yung, hindi siya yung parang it's not a case of truth or dare. Sige, tumalong ka sa ganitong building o kaya yung gano'n. Walang gano'n, okay? So it should also be very, very genuine. So when you also, hindi lang one-way street ang mga ganitong commitment. If nakikita natin yung mga ganitong bagay dun sa isang party, it should also apply sa sarili mo. So that means, it's like a ground rule that you set between each other. Okay, so ito yung loophole. Okay, dito tayo medyo madadapa tayo dito. Huwag tayong dadaan dyan in the future. We will improve our energies. Hindi tayo dadaan sa ganyan daan para hindi tayo mahulog sa same trap. Okay? So, it should be a commitment for both. Hindi lang siya yung just because there is one party na na-offend and the other is the offender, parang ang this applies only to one side ng relationship. It should be a commitment for both. And the way I'm seeing this, dapat meron din tayong accountability in also how we are going to communicate. The change should happen. The improvement of energy should happen. And at the same time, dapat very firm din tayo that these changes are needed. These changes are needed to show and reflect sa relationship ninyong dalawa. Kasi otherwise, para lang tayong halimbawa, ganito yung mangyayari niyan, di ba? Okay, na para kang namalo dito. Ay, sorry. sorry, I sorry, 'di ba? But I mean, if we are doing that over and over, I mean, but why do we apologize pa? Kasi kung uulit-ulitin din naman natin. And it also, kumbaga, it lessens the sincerity and yung kumbaga, yung pagka-genuine ng ating apology kung uulitin natin. Or if we are not able to change, or if we are not able to address it. So one way or another, it will always entail a commitment to change. And that means hard work and effort. And dapat hindi tayo hindi tayo hindi tayo nahihirapan mag-effort kasi after all, it's a commitment. It's a commitment. Tandaan, hindi naman tayo makakarating sa ganitong sitwasyon kung wala namang kailangang ayusin. But the thing is, may kailangang ayusin. So dapat pag may kailangang ayusin, the willingness, the commitment to change, the commitment to continuous improving the situation, both, for both parties, dapat laging nandun. It should always be strengthened, it should always be reminded. Pero tandaan, hindi naman tayo mga principal ng relationship. Okay? So dapat kung pagmamahal ang pag-uusapan natin, dapat siyempre ang mga reminders natin should always come from a place of love, okay? No matter if you're coming from kung ikaw yung na-offend or ikaw yung offender, no matter which party you're coming from, my suggestion, pag mahal niyo yung isa't isa, ano ba naman yung mag-communicate kayo ng may pagmamahal talaga, 'di ba? Wala namang hindi nadadaan sa maganda at mabuting may lambingang usapan. I think we should really normalize na whenever you communicate with each other as lovers, as partners, I think we should normalize yung pag-uusap ng malumanay, and it's okay na mag-usap ng malumanay. Sa totoo lang. Magbigayan, magmahalan every time you get these opportunities. Easier said than done, I know, pero it can be challenging at first, pero hindi imposible. Again, we will never know how far we can go, not until we try. And I'm telling you, me and my partner, we've been practicing this. So, and these things, hindi naman sa ini-impose ko, okay? Hindi naman sa kunwari busy siya, nagme-meditate kunwari. Hindi naman sa ini-impose ko na bawal oh, ayan na, napatingin na, joke lang, okay? Hindi, but all I'm saying is that there is always gonna be a lot of happiness and beauty kapag inaalaw niyo yung isa't isa na talagang 'pag nagmamahalan ay ipakita, ipadama, ipa-experience, 'di ba? And tandaan, masarap sa pakiramdam ang pagmamahalan. Hindi yan puro sakit lang. Masarap sa pakiramdam ang pagmamahalan, lalong-lalo na kapag nalalampasan ninyo yung mga ganitong experiences. At nalalaman niyo kung gaano ninyo pa kamahal ang isa't isa just because you're able to work things together. Together, laging magkasama dapat. So, ang payo ko sa'yo, huwag ka masyadong snobbish. Ang snobbish kasi, grabe siya. Okay, kalma lang tayo. Magmahalan tayo ng maigi, okay? So, yun lang, and thank you for joining Tarot Tuesdays. Okay, di ba? Huwag ka ng kabahan, okay? So, dahil dyan, mag-buffet tayo. Puro pagkain, okay? So, good evening. My name is Marky Mendoza and welcome to Tarot Tuesdays. This is your official Tuesday night habit. And every Tarot Tuesdays, nagbibigay tayo ng guidance para sa ating mga participants. Naku, puro love na ang ating setting ngayon, ha? Oh, yes, ang daming snobbish. Ang intense ng tawa mo, ha? Ang intense. Bakit ka affected ka ba dun sa snobbish? Grabe siya, okay? So, sabi ko nga, lahat ng mga guidance natin ngayon, hindi lang love yan. Nagkataon lang yung first two participants natin may love. Pero may isa pa akong nakita love din ang tinanong na, pwede tayo magtanong ng hindi love. Grabe. Pwede sa career natin. Ako, napaka-busy pa naman ng week natin. Speaking of busy week, kung hindi nyo pa napapanood yung ating weekly tarot reading, napaka-busy talaga ng energy this week. And tomorrow is a very important day on how you will start something new. So kung gusto mong mag-guide on how you're gonna do it, after ng session natin for tonight, panoorin natin yung weekly tarot reading natin to stay guided and para mas prepared tayo. Itong buong linggong to, lahat tayo nagtatanim ng magandang energies para yung tatanim natin ng magandang energies, ang i-harvest natin ay makaganon. Ang harvest natin ay maganda din, okay? So, by the way, isa sa mga viewers natin for tonight will win 1,000 pesos worth of Crystal Abundance Bracelet courtesy of Celestial Blue. So kung gusto niyo sumali, libreng-libre lang sumali. All you need to do, pumunta lang kayo kay Celestial Blue in Facebook or Instagram. Mag-share lang kayo ng kahit anong post. And by the way, dahil na-chismis na ni Francis kanina, ayan nga, so isa yung nasa Furl, Nasa pearl phase 'yan, sasabihin ko sa phase 'yan. Nasa pearl phase kami ngayon, lalo na sa Celestial Blue. So, thank you by the way Celestial Blue for providing my pearls for tonight. These are South Sea pearls by the way na napaka-amazing na ayan, tanong mo yung ano, yung luster niya napaka-ano na it really is one of the best investments you can get. But of course, if you are looking for an investment piece, you can go for a South Sea, but you can also meron din tayong mga freshwater pearls that are equally beautiful as well. And sabi ko nga, it prepares you kapag na-enjoy mo na yung ating mga ano, pag na-enjoy mo na ating because nasa pearl phase tayo, and because I want to echo my partner yung sinasabi niya, no, there's no such thing or as men's or women's jewelry. It's just jewelry. Okay? So wear it. Okay? So you have to enjoy everything. Okay? So, kung gusto niyo din maka-experience sa mga ng mga pearls sa Celestial Blue, pumunta lang kayo sa Facebook or Instagram niya. Share ng kahit ano sa news feed or sa stories natin and paki-screenshot yan ang resibo natin. Mamaya may isang entry tayo na mananalo niyan. Okay? Wow! Ang intense naman ng mga ano, ng mga next na ano natin. Ay, teka, may mga comment section tayo. Hello, Edmond. Magandang gabi. Namaskaram din, Edmond. Maraming salamat. And hello, Mary. Oh my gosh. Okay. Wow, napaka-international na naman ng ating ano, ng ating audience. We have Mary all the way from Singapore. Thank you so much. Saka yung si Master Cha, she's watching all the way from Sweden. Oh, hey with a J, alam mo na 'yan. Yes, the Princess of Mega World is saying ang ganda po. Mas maganda ka pa sa pearls. Okay. Send my screenshot po. Wow, yes, may entry na. Okay. Lovely golden South Sea. Oh, thank you so much, Crinkle 10. Ano Crinkle 10? Si Crinkle. Thank you so much. Celestial Blue yan. Okay, napakaganda ng ano. So, if you want to check out, kasi alam mo, nako, you watch out itong ano, nako, inuunahan ko yata si Celestial Blue, pero nako po, no, ang daming ilo-launch ni Celestial Blue ng mga pearls. So, medyo in. And sabi ko nga, I wanna echo my partner, there's no such thing as men's or women's jewelry. It's just jewelry. Let's normalize men wearing pearls because men have been wearing, well, syempre bakla ako, okay lang yan. But men have been wearing pearls even before. It's very, very lucky and auspicious and very protective. Napakaganda ng energy ng pearl. Tsaka, bubunot na ako kagad. Pero alam mo ba, ang energy kasi ng pearls talaga, it also helps your emotions. It also helps you stabilize your emotions kasi alam naman natin marami tayong priorities. Okay? Marami tayong priorities and there are times na kapag medyo, umaatikabo ang mga nararamdaman ng ating mga emotions, may tendency kasi na we may lose focus. Okay? So, ang ganda ng energy ng pearls natin na bibigyan tayo ng napakagandang focus kasi ang emotions natin ay napakabanay. Wow, parang ang bait-bait ko dun sa ay, ang dami ng chismis yan. Dan share Celeste. Oh, wow, nako, province po Southern Leyte. Ay, nako, nasa Leyte kayo. Nako, I hope okay lang kayo diyan nasa Leyte. Diyos ko po, I know last week medyo nagkaroon tayo ng mga konting lindol and directly affected yung ano, sa Southern Leyte. Alam ko kasi directly ang Leyte, no? Pero I hope maayos kayo dyan sa inyo. So, okay. So, magdasal tayo ng maigi. Okay. So, ayun nga. Okay. So, eto na, next question na tayo. Ang dami kong chismis. Okay, sige. Next na tayo. Okay. Our next question is, ayan. Ay, nako, teka lang. Naku, may entry kaagad ng ano ng Celestial Blue. Teka nga, this is for ano bang ano na? This is gonna be for September na tayo. Oh my gosh, September. Okay, so tonight this is August 2. Ang bilis ng panahon, grabe. Ang bilis-bilis ng panahon, nagwo-warm up na. Kung nakita niyo na si Jose Marichan na nagwa-warm up, okay. Lapit na, okay, 'di ba? Grabe. So, eto na yung ating next ay nako. Ang next participant natin bukod sa sumali sa ano, sa raffle ng Celestial Blue at kitang-kita, ayan ang ganda na naman ng mga pearls by the way. Ang laking pearls ng na-shinare ni Celestial Blue, white South Sea pearls in 18 karat gold lock in fairness. Ang ganda. Nako ha, wag tayong masu-surprise na medyo may i-showcase akong mga ibang nakuha ko kay Celestial Blue na mga na pearls. So, very good investment piece. Sabi ng ating next participant, hello po, Master. Paread po sana ako kung pwede. Kamusta naman po kaya yung mental health ko this month, Master? Ay, okay. So, okay, akala ko puso yung akin titingnan ha. Tingnan natin yung mental health nitong next participant natin. And by the way, let's also normalize us expressing and us asking about our mental health. And it shouldn't be frowned upon na thinking na when we get to ask sensitive things about mental health, hindi ito kaaya-aya. Lahat na hindi tayo pwedeng okay lang tayo mag-express anything emotionally o kaya anything that concerns yung mga love life natin. I hope lahat tayo we grow um kumbaga more love and more space for people na mga may pinagdadaanan din sa mental health natin kasi hindi biro, okay? Hindi biro. And these things really happen, okay? Meron talaga na mga may pinagdadaanan that really takes a huge toll sa ating pag-iisip. Kasi nga, sabi ko nga hindi tayo lahat pare-pareho ng mga experiences. Hindi tayo pare-pareho lahat ng mga life lessons natin. And the most important thing is that dapat hindi lang tayo may balancing binibigay sa puso natin na iniisip natin, kailangan, anong tawag dito, yung ating mga emotions will always be very balanced. Dapat the mind and heart equally, dapat balancing-balance din tayo. And minsan kasi yung mga pinagdadaanan natin na mga pina-process natin na emotions, kumaga mas nagiging focus siya in our mind. That means sa kung ano nararamdaman natin, napapa-overprocess minsan yung ating mind. And sometimes it results to restlessness kasi kakadama ng puso, iniisip ng iniisip, pina-process ng ating isipan. So, and in this case, I want everybody to become very comfortable asking about mental health natin. Kasi sabi ko nga, the more that we are ready to face and to go through these things, the more na mas makakatulong tayo. So saludo ako sa ating next participant na is always open to ask about mental health. And I want to normalize that as well. Kasi honestly, we all go through many things. And if you have been watching yung mga recent na mga, most especially the past few months, and if you have been a very avid listener ng ating show, nung no, show, manifest, diba? So, yung 2022 reading natin, nagbigay ako ng July reading na sinasabi ko na, may something sa July talaga, no? And I mentioned that we are expecting natural disasters and medyo may konting may konting sakit involved on that, in which nag-manifest nga, di ba? Medyo pahabol pa siya ng last part ng ating July. Last week, sabi ko nga, and just like how I shared dun sa ating viewer coming from Southern Leyte, hello, magandang gabi sa inyo dyan sa Southern Leyte. Sabi ko nga, dun medyo nag-reflect yung mga ganong natural disasters. And in the recent episodes and in the recent live sessions that I have been sharing with everybody, sabi ko nga, there is not just something in July, kasi ganito po talaga ang nangyari dyan. May mga planetary alignments that happened in 2020. And yung mga planets na yun, when they align perfectly, it caused pandemic to happen. And alam na natin kung ano nangyari nung pandemic time. Alam na natin how challenging it is. And unfortunately, in July 12, just this July 12, 2022, the similar planets that have aligned in 2020 that caused pandemic aligned again. They aligned again in perfect rhythm. And sabi ko nga, medyo we have to prepare for it because if in 2020 ang naging labas nung planetary alignments yun is pandemic, it happened again in July 12. And yun nga, nagkaroon na tayo ng announcement last weekend na the monkeypox naman yung kailangan nating paghandaan. I want everybody to stay very vigilant kasi ang goal nitong period na to, by the way, is it started in July 12, it will last until April of 2023. So it's a very long period. It's a very long period. I mean, imagine nyo rin yung time natin when we started 2020 na parang yung time of period of adjustment natin, it was also a long period. This period is gonna happen until the April of 2023. And here is the real important message. The goal is, as this unfolds, the goal is for us to shift positively. That means, yung mga tao na may natutunan, may na-discover, and most especially if you became spiritual in the time of 2020, if you became more trusting o mas na-develop, na-strengthen pa ang relationship nyo with God or the divine or any form of divinity, no matter what resonates inside of our heart, kapag na-develop natin yan and we were able to improve kahit na may mga collectively may pandemic tayo, kapag natutunan natin to become spiritual or we were able not necessarily just becoming spiritual, pero we were able to discover something that can help us during those rough times of 2020. The goal is to do the same or to do it even more or better this year. So that means we have to shift positively. We have to be very mindful. We have to be very resilient. That means lahat ng gagawin natin will always gear towards, okay, yes, merong isang obvious life lesson. What can I do to improve it? Kasi here is another strong warning. If we are able to glide through it and we are able to become resilient, napakalaki ng blessing na kapalit. However, if we revert to our old ways, and dapat natutunan na kasi natin yung lesson natin the last 2 years, and if hindi natin in-apply yung teachings, the lessons, or whatever we discovered that helped us during that time, malaki din yung balik. So be very mindful, be extra cautious and careful. Maganda, and kaya nga sabi ko, nakakatulong talaga yung ating weekly tarot reading to always prepare us. And hindi naman ako magsasawa to always share yung ating energies. Kaya huwag kakalimutan na panoorin lagi yung ating mga weekly reading para lagi tayong prepared. Okay? It prepares us. Sa dami-dami ng chismis ko, tignan na natin ang mental health itong ating current participant. So tignan natin. So, sabi ko nga, we have 3 cards para sa ating participant. And here we go. Okay. So, by the way, napaka-realistic nung cards natin. Okay? So, as of the moment, ang pinaka-warning talaga natin is yung ating future, what's to come, and how we're going to maintain the energy. So, here is our first energy. And ito, kumbaga, yung na-invest natin na energy. We have the Knight of Coins. So, kumbaga, coins is a very good thing because it resonates the energy of abundance and prosperity. Pero ang magandang natin dun, it's a knight. In a modern day situation, this is para tang mga reflection ng mga soldiers. Okay? Soldiers. O kaya parang people who go through battle through training. So, kumbaga, paano ba nagiging soldier? Bago ka maging soldier, kailangan mag-training ka muna. You have to go through many things. You have to experience it firsthand. You have to go through many tests, exams, emotional, physical, mental, spiritual exhaustion, only for you to train yourself to battle. Susugod sa battle na you are fully equipped as well. And this feels like you're fully equipped. You have the tools that you need so that you can sustain and maintain or improve even your mental health. And the goal is, sabi ko nga, this is to remind yourself that you are training yourself. The goal is for you to remind yourself that you are going through this not for anything else, but to help you, to train you, so that you can grow a skill, so you can discover strength, that you can discover that whatever this experience needs from you, whatever you need to learn, matututunan mo siya if you allow yourself to go through it. So allow yourself to go through it. Allow yourself to explore how you can use and maximize these tools. But the thing is, sabi ko nga, may mga pag tayo, 'di ba, bibigyan tayo ng tools, bibigyan tayo ng sandata, dapat ginagamit natin 'yan. Kasi I mean, you're not just gonna go to battle na knowing na, well, in my mind, I know what I've gone through, alam ko yung naging training ko, alam ko yung pinagdaanan ko. You have to utilize it. You have to use it. And the thing is, you have a strong tool. Student ko kasi 'to, no, okay? Student ko 'to ng Reiki. So, dapat laging gagamitin natin yung Reiki natin. Lagi natin in challenging times, in times wherein meron tayong paggagamitan na sitwasyon. And also, kahit 'di ba ang tinuro natin sa class is that no matter what situation, gagamitin natin as much as we can yung ating healing energy to prepare our mind, body, and soul, to help us, kumbaga, para meron tayong preventative measure, para hindi tayo magkakaroon ng opportunity na magkaroon ng sakit, to grow sickness or illnesses, but at the same time, it prepares us that no matter what we have to go through, we have a tool to use to generate or to gather a lot of love energy. Now, Yung current energy natin ngayon is very, very good because we have the king, rather, king of wands. And every time we have wands, this is an energy of resonating energy of hard work and effort. So I know right now you're giving your best. I know right now you are giving your best, not just to keep your mind afloat. Okay, it's not just keeping it afloat. You are ready to learn things. You are ready to get your hands dirty and for you to see and assess and reassess not just yourself but the whole situation, because the thing is, no matter what you're going through right now, hindi pwedeng pagdadaanan natin 'yan without understanding, okay, what happened? Ano, ito yung experiences ko? What happened? What transpired? And can I do something to make it better? Is there anything that I can do to make it better? Is there anything that I can do so I can learn something, so I can be better when I get to experience something similar in the future? Or not necessarily something similar. You can also ask yourself, what is the learning in this experience? Alam mo, hindi tayo pwedeng nag experience lang tayo ng mga life experiences natin o ng buhay natin. Okay, so halimbawa, 'pag meron tayong kailangang mga life lessons sa pagdaanan, hindi lang tayo sa, "Okay, I'm here. Okay, I'm experiencing it. Okay, ang hirap. Okay." Hindi tayo puwedeng gano'n. Dapat at this point in time and like what we've gone through collectively nung meron tayong pandemic, lahat tayo dapat may form of questioning. Okay, may pandemic, but what can I do? Okay, merong pandemic and at the same time, personally, may pinagdadaanan ako, what can I do? What are the tools that I can use to help myself? What are the learnings na puwede kong tignan so I can process things, I can assess things, I can learn something. And again, hindi puwedeng walang commitment to change. Hindi puwedeng dadaanan lang natin ang mga life experiences without thinking, anong puwede kong baguhin sa akin? Anong puwede kong i-improve sa sarili ko? Anong puwede kong anong puwede kong gawin so that continuously continuously may matututunan akong bago, may madi-discover akong bago sa sarili ko. Dapat laging willingness natin to dapat lagi yung willingness natin to always change and to shift positively. Parang yung sinabi ko kanina, we should all be willing to shift positively, and when we do, that's when these experiences, makikita natin why we have to go through these things. Kasi hindi lang naman tayo binibigyan ng mga life experiences ng Diyos out of nothing na parang, trip lang niya, kailangan ganitong pagdaanan ng taong 'to. May ruleta siyang ganyan, okay, may ruleta siya, okay, bukas itong pagdadaanan mo, yay! Okay, hindi siya gano'n. When we go through these, para tayong may kailangan, we should always be proactive in asking ourselves or asking God, Lord, here is my life experience right now. What are you teaching me? What will I learn from this? And after learning it, what will I gain? Dapat we should be okay in learning and asking these questions. Now, as I'm seeing that you're really ready to improve this, you're really working its way, ang kailangan lang is to maintain it. You have to maintain it. You have to maintain it and make sure na lagi din tayong proactively searching, okay, I've learned this, what else? May kailangan pa ba akong matutunan? May kailangan pa ba akong makita? May kailangan pa ba akong ma-discover? In short, hindi tayo dapat titigil in learning and understanding our life. Kasi here's the thing, why are we doing this? Kailangan kilala mo yung sarili mo. You have to know yourself. You have to know every bit of you, every inch of tendency and possibility. Na halimbawa, ito ang sitwasyon, ganito ang tendencies ko. Ganitong tao, ganitong character, ganito rin ang tendencies ko to respond pag ganyan yung tao. Pag ganito yung time, ganito yung panahon, ganito ang sitwasyon, ganito yung taong kasama sa sitwasyon, how do I respond to that? The more you know yourself, the more nakilala mo din and the more na comfortable ka kung ano ang mga tendencies mo as a person, the more na mas mako-correct mo yung sarili mo. The more na mas makikita mo na hindi ka na magtataka in the sight of this particular person, this particular character, this particular experiences, hindi ka magtataka, hala, ganun pala yung oh my God, nagawa ko na, ba't ko yung nagawa? And then, paulit-ulit mo siya nagagawa. You have to understand yourself, why you have certain tendencies. It should never happen. Kaya minsan, 'di ba, minsan nagtataka tayo when people sometimes go to us and tell us not just about first impressions, kasi sometimes it's an easy win sasabihin sa atin, alam mo ito yung first impression ko sa'yo dati nung nakilala kita. Pero minsan may mga mabubuti tayong kaibigan na sasabihin talaga sa atin, and this is a good measure na talagang mabuting kaibigan, 'no, if yung mga kaibigan natin are also willing to tell us the truth, no matter how challenging it is to bear. Yung masyadong, "Friend, masyado ka namang honest, medyo inom-inom din tayo ng brake fluid, friend. Parang medyo wala ka namang preno tonight. Ito naman parang preno-preno din," 'di ba? But it's not just about that. Yung mga kaibigan natin na willing sa sa'ting sabihin yung totoo. And the thing is, minsan 'di ba 'pag shine-share nila yung mga "Friend, alam mo parang ganito observation ko sa'yo." If you find yourself na nagugulat ka na 'yan ang observation sa'yo ng mga friends mo, and if it turns out to be true, then there's really work. There really is a lot of work for you to know yourself. And please, you have to be very honest with yourself. Kapag when people go to you and these are the observations and you know to yourself na yan talagang ginawa natin, you have to be honest with yourself. Oo nga, ginawa ko yan. Okay? But it shouldn't stop with acknowledging it. It shouldn't stop by acknowledging the truth that, yeah, I've done that. Yes, I am that. Yeah, ganyan nga ang ginawa ko. Most especially kung hindi to kaaya-aya, not just for other people, but also to yourself, you have to be very honest as well. Maganda ba yung ginawa? Maganda ba yung naging decision mo? Maganda ba yung naging actions mo? Maganda ba yung naging processing mo? Nag-process ka ba ng something? O pinag-isipan ba natin yan bago natin gawin? Dapat, by the way, that process is called mindfulness. If you are mindful ng bawat galaw mo, in the sight of these experiences and these situations, hindi ka na magugulat na parang, ito yung sasabihin natin, nagdilim yung paningin ko, hindi ko alam yun na palang ginawa ko yung gano'n. Wala nang gulatan sa'yo. It prepares you in all situations. And when you are very much prepared, mas kontrolado mo din ang sitwasyon. Hindi ka na masyadong hindi kasi nga this is literally the form of training na I may be sharing dito sa ating current participant, but practically we should all learn as well. Lalo na nitong period, sorry naman, kumakaalog naman ng card, sorry naman. Pero sabi ko nga, lahat tayo, dapat willing tayong kilalanin yung sarili natin lagi. Dapat lagi tayong willing intindihin yung sarili natin and yung tendencies natin lagi. Dapat tayo mismo ang unang-unang makakakilala sa sarili natin. At dapat kilala natin yung sarili natin. Tsaka here's the thing, when you know yourself, when you are finally also at peace with who you are, and please be very at peace with the good things, with your good tendencies, with your good possibilities. Pero you can never be one-sided na gusto mo lang yung good side mo without understanding, appreciating, and accepting na meron din tayong hindi ganun kagandang parte. Okay? You have to be at peace with it. You have to be very, very at peace with it. Kasi if you are at peace with it, if you are okay with it, then if someone tells you, you know what, this is my observation, hindi ka ma-offend. Kasi tanggap mo kung ano ka. Kasi kilala mo kung ano ka. Hindi ka mababasa sabihin, friend, medyo magaspang ang ating ugali sa ganitong bagay, ha? Parang, di kaya, yung ganun, you cannot deny yourself of that. And you have to appreciate that part of you. You have to understand that part of you. Kaya, if hindi mo pa napaprocess ang mga ganitong bagay, I mean, now is the right time for you to do so. Kung hindi mo pa masyadong kilala yung sarili mo, ang magandang tip para mas makilala mo yung sarili mo is to go back to your past experiences. I want you to go back to your past experiences and I want you to start asking yourself, okay, how did these things happen in the past? Ano ang mga hindi ko na-process? And ito yung sitwasyon, ito yung mga taong involved, ito yung ganitong experiences. Paano ko siya hinandle? And how did I do it? And bakit naging ganito yung ending niya? I don't want you to be afraid in going back in the past. Not for you to relive it and not for you to just overthink it, hindi. When I say na don't be afraid for you to revisit yung past experiences natin, para may mabitbit kayong learning when you do. Bibisitahin natin yung mga ganyang experiences to discover something good, to discover learning, so that eventually you will become better. And you owe this to yourself. Everything is energy and we are all forms of energy. Pero what is the definition of energy? It is anything and everything that has the potential to change. Physically, you cannot deny we've changed physically. How you looked when you 10 or 15 years ago is not the same way that you look physically right now. So that you changed physically. And that means may capacity ka pa to change, not just on a physical sense. Mentally, you can grow. Emotionally, you can grow. Spiritually, you can grow. But you have to allow and to recognize that the need is there for you to change. Hindi lang tayo basta naghahanap ng masama sa atin. Naghahanap tayo ng way for us to understand ourselves so that in the future, we are the first people to protect ourselves. We're the first people to care for ourselves. And why I'm saying all this, kasi hindi lang tayo basta nagpa-process ng mga bagay-bagay without really learning something. Kasi in the end, tinan mo, ay, ang haba ng chismis ko para dito sa current participant natin. Pero kasi yung ending nito, this is the Four of Swords. Kumbaga, ang ganda na ng effort na binigay mo eh. Tapos yung in in the long run, kapag medyo bumitaw tayo sa pagiging mindful, pag hindi natin na-maintain yung mindfulness natin, o a very good process that can help you, it may result to this. Imagine mo, ang ganda na ng mga na-invest natin na energies. May abundance, you're being prepared, there's the mindfulness to prepare, may hard work and effort. Only for this ayan no, na parang mahuhulugan tayo ng swords. And every time we get makaalog. Yung swords natin, this is a reflecting energy of wisdom. Pero it can also turn into a weapon. So, the least thing you would want to happen is ikaw mismo ang gagamit ng sword na yan sa sarili mo. To use these experiences and whatever the wisdom you need to learn to use all of that against you. You wouldn't want that. And we are talking about our mental health. So I don't want you to see this. Kumaga, when you revisit your past, I don't just want you to do it to just torture yourself in the process. Hindi yan ang reason why we're doing this. We are ready to revisit the past experiences to learn how to become better and to accept that you are doing this because you are accepting a good opportunity to learn and improve. Ang sabi, ay, hello Eden. Ay, hi Eden. Oh my gosh, hello. Hello Eden. Ako all the way from UK, tama ba? Yes, di ba? Tama, sa UK yun. Hello, nice to see you. Kamusta kayo dyan? Oy, my friends are in UK right now, by the way. No? So, ayan. Hello, hello, good evening. So ang magiging payo ko para sa ating current participant is that allow yourself to learn, pero when you learn, when you're going through the process of learning, wag mo masyadong saktan yung sarili mo thinking that you haven't done things. You having the courage to revisit, to reassess, and to find the learning is very brave because not everybody may have the same courage. Not everybody may have the same decision to revisit it or to learn it, but you are willing to learn. So long as you're willing to learn, so long as there's openness for you to learn, you are going to receive wisdom. Wisdom that will turn into a blessing. A blessing that will save you. That will save you in many, many ways. So, always open yourself, your mind and your heart to more learnings kasi magagamit natin yan in the future. And hindi lang yan para sa'yo. Yung mga direct experiences that you go through, that you have to go through, will save someone else in the future. Parang the way I say it or the way I share things. Marami akong nabibigay na mga advice kasi marami din akong pinagdaanan as a person. Kaya you can go here in Tarot Tuesdays and ask me about anything and everything because the variety of experiences, because marami din ako, it's a variety ng mga pinagdaanan ko rin ng mga ups and downs. And hindi ako makakapagsabi ng isang balancing advice kung hindi ko siya pinagdaanan. Hindi ako makakapagbigay ng balancing advice na para lang sabihin na, mukhang magandang essay writing tong ganito. Hindi. O kaya sasabihin mo, alam mo, may nabasa akong ganitong libro o may napanood akong ganyang movie. Nag-Eat, Pray, Love kasi si ate mo. Tapos at the end, nag-enjoy naman, nakahuli naman ng afam. Hindi naman hindi ganon. Okay? It has to be a realistic story. And imagine your own story becoming an inspiration kasi it's a real life story and then improve mo. And I say the same thing to you. I say the same thing sa lahat ng viewers natin tonight. I say the same thing, to never be afraid kapag may kailangan tayong matutunan sa buhay. Kasi it will save you and it will save someone in the future. Thank you for joining Tarot Tuesdays. So, may time that time check. Oh, may time pa tayo. And again, nako, hi Eden. Nice to see you. Nako, na-miss na kita ha. Okay? So, by the way, if you want to win 1,000 pesos worth of Crystal Abundance Bracelet courtesy of Celestial Blue, all you need to do is pumunta sa Celestial Blue ng Instagram or Facebook page, mag-share ng kahit ano. Nako, maganda yung pearls yung i-share natin kasi nasa pearl season tayo ngayon. Na kailangan i-model natin ng maigi. This is a golden South Sea pearl na nakuha natin kay na nag-live selling na Pakimine na lang po sa may gusto na isa actually pinahabaan ko talaga siya kasi kung ano magiging choker no nandito siya. So pinahabaan ko talaga na kapag dagdag talaga ako ng pearls no. Pero this is mga 19.5 inches to no baby no. 20. Kaya pala ganun kahaba. So 20 inches na yung ating 20 inches. So pamine lang, South Sea Pearl, yung nag-live selling. Practice lang yan. Practice lang yun sa live selling natin. Pero yun nga, if you're also wanting an investment piece, naku, pumunta na kayo sa Celestial Blue dahil the pearls there, naku po, both meron tayo dun South Sea and mga freshwater pearls. You can start with freshwater pearls as well to see how beautiful it is. But if you're looking for investment pieces like this, hindi kayo magdadalawang isip. Napakagandang investment. Pero kung gusto niyo manalo ng Crystal Abundance Bracelet, share niyo na. Isend niyo na yung mga entries ninyo. And one entry, yun ang isang raffle natin for later. Oh, ay, sorry, ang dami ng Ang dami ng sige, next question na tayo kasi para mahabol natin yung mga ganito. So, also, sandali, tubig-tubig din. Huwag kalimutan yung ating weekly tarot reading. Kasi tomorrow is gonna be an amazing day for you to process things. Saktong-sakto din ang guidance natin for tonight. No? Medyo nagsisircle around discernment. And yung mga future warnings kasi natin, it really involves planning and organizing things to look deeper inside of us and to see how much more we can adapt to change. Kasi dapat willing tayo. Willing tayo to go through life and to bravely go through life no matter what external factors we all have to go through. And individually in our lives, as a person, as an individual, dapat ready din tayo. Huwag tayong panghihinaan ng loob na may pagdadaanan tayo. Dapat lagi tayong willing to learn. Lagi tayong willing to see kung ano ang message natin ng Diyos para lagi tayong ready din makareceive ng wisdom na magiging blessing para sa ating lahat. So tingnan na natin yung ating next participant for our session for tonight. Tingnan natin. Ayan, okay. So sabi naman, here is our next participant. Okay, namaskaram din sa'yo. Just need guidance on my career po. Career na, naiba na yung energy natin. Okay. So, just recently started a new job and now I'm questioning if I made the right decision. Hala siya. Okay, tingnan natin. And should I stick it out or start exploring other options? Okay, ganito muna ang gagawin natin. Welcome. Tignan muna natin yung energy ng natin. Kasi pag nakita natin naman yung 3 cards, pag ang pinaka-deciding factor naman yan is yung last energy. Kumbaga, makikita mo what possibilities ng ating career, kung saan makahahantungan ng career natin so far with our current energy. Pero here's the thing. Even without getting the cards, this by itself, it's already a lesson, di ba? It's already a lesson na hindi lang to yung usually naririnig natin pagdating sa kasalan na ang kasalan ay hindi parang mainit na kanin na pag iyong sinubo at napaso ay tating iluluwa yung gano'n. So in short, let this be a good opportunity na rin for you to also understand na sa lahat ng mga bagay na kailangan nating pagdesisyonan, lahat ng bagay dapat ihahanda natin yung sarili natin. We will prepare ourselves na kasama yan na just because we are, halimbawa, and I've been there. I've been there many times as well. Yung, halimbawa, yung gusto mo na ng shift ng hindi lang ng career, pero possibly ng environment, possibly kailangan mo ng bagong sets ng mga katrabaho, yung ganyan. And before you do, before you do, dapat may learning na kaagad tayong pina-process niyan. Okey, ano bang kailangan kong matutunan muna? Have I done my very best? Nagawa ko na ba ang mga nararapat? Nabigyan ko ba yung sarili ko ng chance para matutunan? Kasi hindi naman porke may isa ka na experience, it stops there. O kaya kapag meron kang isang form of disappointment rather, it will already be kumbaga magde-declare na yon ng pinaka-decision mo if whether you're staying or not. Let this experience, kung halimbawa ngayon may mga nare-realize ka na with your current work, baunin mo siya. Gusto ko siya na i-process mo na, okay, ano yung the things that you may not necessarily prepared for so that it will also prepare you for your next journey. Kung ito nga yung magiging, in the end, ito rin yung isa sa magiging decision mo. But also, here's the thing by the way, ang bubunutin kong cards para sa iyo, you will use this para timbangin ang mga bagay-bagay. So, kung ano man ang lalabas dito, tandaan, if at the end of it, if you get to discern, okay, kailangan kasi i-process natin na maigi yan. And habang tinitimbang natin ang mga bagay-bagay, na-realize mo na, pwede ko pa naman pala, hindi, kaya pa pala. You have to give yourself a chance. Kasi sabi ko nga ito ay tulong mo sa sarili mo. Tinutulungan mo yung sarili mo. So, I mean, how many chances will you give yourself? Kung sa ibang tao, kung tutulong ka sa ibang tao, if you want to help people, how many opportunities are you willing to give to other people so that you can help other people, so that you can also let other people learn? It should be an equal footing pagdating sa sarili mo. How many chances, how many opportunities, and how much patience will you give yourself? Kasi kung pasensyoso tayo sa ibang tao, pasensyoso tayo sa career natin, dapat pinaka-patient ka sa sarili mo. Dapat lahat ng binibigay mo willingly 'pag sa mga mahal mo sa buhay, sa partner, sa magulang, sa kapatid, sa anak, dapat mas todo pagdating sa'yo. Dapat mas mahal mo ang sarili mo. Dapat mas pasensyoso ka sa sarili mo. Dapat mas maging mapagbigay ka sa sarili mo. Kasi you can never give what you do not have. And kung ano man ang pinagyayaman mo from within, kung gaano mo minamahal, inaalagaan ang sarili mo, it should be the same inspiration na ibibigay mo sa iba. And if just by saying this, nare-realize mo na that by itself is already a lesson, then start caring for yourself. I feel like majority naman ng mga pinaprocess mo ngayon is gearing towards that kasi hindi ka naman magdadalawang isip na kung nasa tamang lugar ka ba o kung nasa tamang kumpanya ka ba kung hindi mo naman din inaalagaan yung sarili mo. So I want you to continuously study this experience and let the tarot cards guide you. Kung anong reflection ng ating sabi ko nga, ang magiging itsura naman ng mga energies ng card natin will look like a self-reflection kung anong itsura ng mga bagay-bagay sa career natin. Sige, ito yung first card, second, and third. So let's see. Okay. We have 3 minor cards. And yung first card natin, napaka-meaningful na yung card natin. Naku, ito din, no? Itong set ng cards natin, medyo feeling ko kahit hindi ko na-explain, ipakita ko lang yung itsura ng mga cards. Feeling ko, alam mo na yung sitwasyon. Okay? Parang sabi nga, kapag meron tayong mga tinuturo, ito ay self-explanatory. Okay? So, first of all, ito yung na-invest natin na energy. This is the King of Cups. Okay, the King of Cups. Tingnan mo ang imagery. Ayan, napaka-meaningful. Okay. So, ito yung cups nasa unahan natin. Okay. So, the cup is a celebration. Why? Kasi ang nasa loob ng cup, it's wine. Okay. So, definitely it's a form of celebration. Plus, the cup itself is gold. Okay? It's gold. So it's a treasure kumaga. Consider it as a treasure. Consider it as naka-costume ka pa, haring-hari, you're a king wearing a crown. So ibig sabihin, where you are standing right now, this by itself is already a blessing. And why is it a blessing? One strong reality is that not everybody may have the same opportunity as you do. Not everybody may have equally the same amount of blessings as you do because ikaw yung nasa ganyang sitwasyon. Pero the thing is, tingnan mo kung saan tayo naka-focus. Naka-focus tayo sa isang missed opportunity. So alam ko, isa sa mga bagay na tinitimbang mo during that time is because meron ka ring mga ibang kino-consider. But the thing is, where you are right now, yun ang mas nanimbang. Pero may isang importante din. So ito sinasalamin talaga niya kung ano talagang pinagdadaanan natin currently dahil meron na naman tayong isang body of water. And the body of water, ayun nga, di ba, napakamaalon ng ating dagat. And that means every time we get a body of water, this is a reflection of our emotions. And right now, as you speak, where you are right now, you kino-confirm lang yung ano, kumbaga ina-absorb lang ng cards ng maigi, ni-reflect lang honestly yung ating mga energies where you are right now, na yes, it's a blessing, yes, it's a treasure, yes, I may be like a king right now, I may be in this possession right now, pero emotionally speaking, napakamaalon din. Okay, napakamaalon din. And also, these are discoveries. These are discoveries na hindi yung parang, what do you call this, na kanina lang nangyari o kahapon lang nangyari. Kumbaga, unti-unti, mabilis mo siyang na-realize, okay? So, hindi lang yung trabaho, there are also the people involved, the people you worked with. So, hindi lang siya isang bagay. Kumbaga, hindi lang siya isang factor na parang tipo, ay, hindi ko kasi kasundo yung katabi ko. Okay, it's not just one thing. Okay? And the thing is, instantly na-experience mo agad siya. And medyo nagkakasunod-sunod. And that's why, emotionally speaking, medyo naging reflection din ng ating dagat. Medyo maalon din talaga. And here is where your current energy is. Okay? Now, the current energy is, we have the Page of Swords. Okay? So, in fairness naman, kumbaga, parang sinabi ko kanina, you are also allowing yourself to grow in this. Na hindi ka naman basta parang, ay, hindi ko type to, hindi ko type yung person na to, hindi ko type yung work, naku, yung boss ko, hindi masyadong okay. Ayoko na. Hindi naman sa ganun. You are also someone who is willing to give this opportunity a chance. Kasi every time we get swords, this is again a resonating energy of wisdom. And the wisdom can sometimes become a weapon as well. Okay, so right now you're holding that wisdom because you're also applying your past experiences and how to improve on that. Kumaga lahat, naninimbang ka naman na maigi. I must say and I must agree na you are also giving your very best for you to discern well. Kumbaga hindi naman siya yung parang just because it's a case of you're becoming sensitive and others are insensitive, or you're being insensitive to the situation na may konting bias na you're only considering yourself. I know you are equally giving chance to this opportunity, the whole opportunity itself. Kaya naman you're willing to still take may mga bagay-bagay na kahit na alam mo na kung saan nahahantong, you're okay to say yes. You're okay to give it a shot. You're okay to subject yourself with it, short of saying. So in short, para sabi, okay, nakikita ko na yan, pero sige, let's see. Okay, nakikita ko na yung ganitong sitwasyon, pero okay, parang alam ko na kasapahantong to, pero sige, I'll give it a try, I'll give it another shot, I'll give it another chance. But here's the thing, I must agree na with everything that you allowed, with everything that you're going through and experiencing right now, etong ending swords pa din, pero ayun nga medyo medyo obvious yung naging may possible na magiging ending. Ayun nga, the wisdom that you know can possibly turn into a weapon that you may not feel comfortable with and you may use it against yourself. Okay, so in short, medyo klaro din yung meow meow. Okay, ito naman, anak ko, grabe rin yung timing kung kailan ako nag-ano eh. So kung naririnig niyo yung meow meow no anak ko, eh ayun na, sorry na. So ayun. So here is another thing. So sabi ko nga the source that you have right now, kumbaga, what this is telling me is that kung alam mo na, nakikita mo na, nararamdaman mo na, and medyo may alam mo na yung possibility kung saan siya hahantong, if hindi mo pa siya ginawa ng paraan for yourself, and then, kumbaga, parang it's short of saying, now it's on you kasi you allowed it to happen more kahit na alam mo na siya kung saan nahahantong. Yung meow meow nung anak ko, sorry na. So sabi ko nga, yung mga ganitong hindi lang siya gut feel, hindi lang siya yung parang nararamdaman mo lang it's something but you can't explain it. I feel it in my gut, but I cannot honestly explain it logically. Kumbaga, you see the telltale signs, pero because you're also wanting to give this the whole experience itself a good opportunity, you've given yourself that. But the thing is, sabi ko nga, dapat lahat ng gagawin natin, may it be for our love life, for our career, para sa personal growth natin, spiritual growth natin, wala tayong ano yun, Kala? Kala, come here. Anong ginawa niya? Mwah! Sabi niya, mwah! Okay. So, wala talaga tayong dapat gagawin na will not lead us to happiness and fulfillment. Both things should be present. We should be happy. We should be fulfilled. Kasi you can be happy but not fulfilled. But you can also be fulfilled without being happy. You should have both. You should be happy and fulfilled with what you're doing. In the love life, sa pag-ibig natin, dapat fulfilled ka at dapat masaya ka rin. Sa career natin, dapat fulfilled ka and dapat masaya ka rin. Any of our endeavors in life, dapat pagdating sa pagtitimbang natin ng mga sitwasyon, dapat klarong-klaro ang sagot. Na gumigising ka energetically every day, enthusiastically every day, gustong-gusto mo ang ginagawa mo dahil masaya ka sa ginagawa mo. And because napupunuan lahat ng feeling mo, kailangan punuin sa pagkatao mo. That is fulfillment. Na you find meaning with what you do kasi gustong-gusto mo yung ginagawa mo. Masayang-masaya ka at mahal na mahal mo ang ginagawa mo. So, you should be in a place na lahat ng dalawang yon mako-cover mo. Hindi yung masaya ka lang, hindi yung fulfilled ka lang. Because kapag wala ang isa sa mga yon, there's a strong tendency talaga for us to go through this. And sabi ko nga, kapag nakikita mo na yung mga possibilities sa mga kahantungan natin, and you did not do something about it, that's another lesson na kailangan nating matutunan. And tandaan natin, anything that happens in our life, a part of it, inaalaw natin. A part of it, we agree to happen. So kung sa love life natin, may ganyan tayo and you're still there because you're agreeing. Okay? You're agreeing. You are allowing things to happen. Kasi otherwise, if you don't allow it, if you don't want it to happen, wala ka doon. So no matter, ito naman sasabihin ko sa inyo talaga, and this is for everybody. And this is something na bata pa lang ako, alam ko na. And this is something na talagang ever since, sinusunod ko lang din naman. And right now, it still holds true. So this is a quote, sabi ko nga, wherever you are, wherever you will be, and wherever you go, always remember, you're there. Nag-joke na ba? I mean, joke lang yun. Pero I mean, dapat kung nasaan tayo, dapat may awareness na naman tayo. Why am I here? And what am I doing here? Na kapag alam mo na kung nasaan ka at alam mo na kung anong ginagawa mo, dapat alam mo, okay, masaya ba ako dito? And okay, masaya ako, pero fulfilled ba ako? So dapat lagi tayong may mindfulness and may awareness kung nasaan tayo and kung anong ginagawa natin. Kasi hindi pwedeng hindi. Otherwise, pag hindi natin alam ang sagot sa mga tanong na yan, it will always end up with confusion, with a lot of questioning. And in the end, the least thing you would want to happen is always this Two of Swords. And if you have already allowed it for a period of time, pero alam na natin, we know better, and then we should be willing to act on change, diba? Hindi nga kasi tayo dapat pwedeng alam lang natin, alam ko naman, o na inaalaw ko lang na without really committing to change. Hindi pwedeng walang pagbabago dito. So parang ganito yan, pag nagkasakit tayo, oo nga, may sakit ako. Oo nga, may sakit ako, alam ko. Totoo may sakit ako. Dapat gusto mo bang gumaling? Oo. 'Di ba? Dapat gusto mong gumaling and dapat willing kang gumaling. Pero dapat willing ka rin may gawin para hindi ka na magkasakit. Okay? So I will agree that right now, and the cards also agree that you may be going through something, and this is not something na sabi ko nga eh, nakita mo naman, naramdaman mo naman, and you know this is something na kung saan din yung possibility na kahantong dito, and the cards will always agree. Now, at the end of this session, I want you to ask yourself, now that the cards agree, what do I do next? What will I allow next? And that question is gonna be very crucial for you. Hindi puwede lang din na sabi ko nga na alam mo, ngayon na alam mo na, what will you do with it? Hindi talaga natatapos diyan ang ating mga commitment na may knowledge and may wisdom lang tayo without applying it. Hindi puwedeng, "Okey, sinabi na ni Marky, oo nga tama pala yung nararamdaman ko. Tama pala yung na-e-experience ko." Kasi sabi ni Marky, kasi nakita na nung cards, medyo talagang Two of Swords ang ending, eh. Medyo Two of Swords. Medyo medyo the cards, naku 'no, medyo ito lang talagang cards ko, medyo kailangan lang din ng brake fluid minsan talaga 'no, walang kapreno-preno 'no, talagang medyo ganyan itsura niya. Pero yun nga, eh, again, I will never be afraid to share what I need to share and to tell you how I can genuinely guide you. Hindi ko ide-deny sa inyo kung paano niyo matutulungan dapat yung sarili niyo. And sometimes if it has to take na a third party's perspective pa ang magbibigay sa atin ng kalinawan sa mga sitwasyon natin sa buhay, at kapag naibigay ito, I mean, what do we do with it? Pero sabi ko nga, here is again my unbiased na aking payo. Sabi ko nga, no matter what the cards will say, no matter what the cards will reflect, at the end of the day, ang goal ko is ipakita sa inyo kung saan ang mga possibility ng kahahantungan ng mga experiences natin. And at the end of the day, kahit na sobrang ganda ng mga advice na naibigay ko sa inyo, o pakiramdam niyo balanseng-balanse naman yung advice, na wala namang bias sa mga advice ni Marky, maraming salamat. Pero sabi ko nga, no matter no matter what wisdom I give, at the end of the day, tayo yung hindi lang may last say. Tayo yung may responsibility, and we have to ask ourselves, now, nakakuha ko ng isang maganda, walang bias na advice, eh anong gagawin ko dun sa advice na yun? Or ano naman ang willing akong i-allow? Ano naman ang pwede kong gawin? Anong pwede kong baguhin? How do I act on it? And most especially, ano ba natutunan ko dito? Ano bang tinuturo sa akin ng Diyos? Bakit ako nandito sa ganitong sitwasyon? Dapat lagi tayong nagtatanong ng mga ganyan sa sarili natin. And I think this is really the theme of tonight's session. It's discernment. Dapat kilala natin yung sarili natin. Dapat lagi tayong hindi tayo dapat mawawalan ng time sa sarili natin to process. I-check natin yung mga life experiences natin. And na marami tayong, hindi lang naman tayo love life o kaya career lang, di ba? We wear many hats every day. So, pwedeng kapatid ka, pwedeng anak ka, pwedeng estudyante ka, pwedeng partner ka ng isa, alam mo yun, marami tayong role na pinoportray, kaibigan, best friend, etc. And dapat bawat aspeto ng buhay natin, bawat role that we portray to anyone, but most especially sa sarili natin, dapat may awareness kung anong ginagawa mo dyan, and is there meaning to what I'm doing? Am I discerning it well? Sabi ko nga, kung nasaan ka, dapat alam mo kung bakit ka nandun. Alam mo kung bakit yan ang ginagawa mo. Dapat gagalaw ka with full awareness. At behind everything, what's my intention? Bakit ko ginagawa to? And why am I allowing these things to happen? Dapat kapag ikaw, willing ka na to ask yourself all of this, kung willing ka pa, ay sus, come here, Kala, come here. Diyos ko, nagpapahabol, ikot. Wah! Wow! Ay, Diyos ko. Ang likot-likot. Hi, sorry na. Dapat lagi tayong willing to ask these things, kasi at the end of it, dapat kilala mo nga yung sarili mo. I am doing this professionally because kilala mo yung sarili mo. Hindi yung I am doing this at saka, you know what, honestly, mas maganda na alam mo, halimbawa in our career, If it's really something that just makes you happy and doesn't make you fulfilled, but you're aware of it and you allow it, at least may alam mo. Hindi kayong sasabi pag when people tell you, okay, it looks like you're enjoying, but you're not really fulfilled, but you're enjoying what you're doing, hindi ka magugulat. And hindi ka lang magugulat, pero talagang alam mo, you are doing these things because there's awareness in you. And in so doing, kapag sobrang alam mo everything that happens in your life, hindi lang sa hindi ka nagugulat, pero hindi ka ma-shake on how others perceive or how others may have tendencies of judging where you are, what you're doing, and why you're doing things. Kasi kilala mo yung sarili mo and alam mo. I would want to say the same thing sa ating participant. Now that I'm confirming and affirming what you're going through right now, I leave you with a decision. And at the end of it, kung halimbawa ang decision mo, I'll still allow it, I'll still be there. I just want an affirmation. Gusto ko lang naman malaman na hindi ko siya na napansin na I'm just biased. O kaya parang just because I'm going through this, baka mamaya maarte lang pala ako. Hindi. Okay, at the end of it, no matter if we are affirming what you're going through, at the end of it, ask yourself, am I willing to am I going to allow this to happen? And if the answer is still yes, kahit ng kahantungan mo ay possibly ganito, kahit two of swords, but at the end of it, you are willing to allow it, and you have to be willing, okay, dapat may willingness, no, hindi to dapat sa pilitan, basta may willingness sa iyo, edi ang maganda nun, you can also use this. You can use this to inspire you to change pa rin, to make it better. O now that I know, what can I do and I'm staying here, what can I do to make it better? If you're staying, you have to do something. You have to do something kasi hindi naman pwedeng gagawin mo isang bagay na at the end of it, gusto mo lang saktan yung sarili mo. Hindi naman tayo masokista, remember? So if you're willing to stay, ask yourself, what can I do? What can I do to change this? How can I make this a happy experience? And how can I love this and be genuine about it? And how can I be fulfilled in this experience? Ask yourself that, and ang mahalaga, alam mo yung sagot. Mahalaga you process this. And at the end of it, when you discover na kung anong pwede mong gawin, and you acted on it, and nabago mo siya, and then marirealize mo, okay, what seemingly very challenging, I turned it into a blessing. I made it as an inspiration. And I'm telling you, pag nagawa mo yan, mas nakaka-inspire. You can be an inspiration towards others. And imagine how limitless you can become. Okay? So huwag matakot. Process these things, and no matter what you need to do after this, trust that there's always going to be a blessing after. Thank you for joining Tarot Tuesdays. And also, we'll having a time check ngayon. Medyo, unfortunately, that would be our last question for tonight. So, dahil dyan, panahon na para magbigay tayo ng ating mga winners, ng ating ano. So, yung isa sa atin, ay mananalo ng 1 million, joke, 1,000, pakatawagan ako ni Celestial. Ano siya sabi mo? Ay, wait lang, may ano sabi niya. Namaskaram. Ay, namaskaram din. Okay. Just need guidance on, hindi, ano ba yun? Inulit ko lang pala yung tanong. Nakita pala niya. Sorry. Akala ko nag-type ka na kagad ng ano. Sorry na. Okay. So, isa sa atin ay mananalo ng 1,000 pesos worth of Crystal Abundance Bracelet courtesy of Celestial Blue, our official partner here in our YouTube channel. So, sabi ko nga, time na to send your entries. Kung gusto ninyong manalo, mag-send na kayo ng entries nyo. All you need to do ayan na. Mag-send lang kayo pumunta kay Instagram and sa Facebook ni Celestial Blue, and then mag-share sa newsfeed or sa stories ng mga kahit anong post. And I suggest yung pearls kasi napakaganda ng pearls natin. So mag-share kayo ng mga pearls ni Celestial Blue, and then yan ang mga magiging entry natin for tonight. So far, ang first entry natin meron si Raven Salvador. Very insight. Sabi niya, na-affirm lahat ng worries ko, So grateful for the valuable advice. Okay lang yan, walang anuman sa volleyball. Ano yung volleyball? Valuable? Ano volleyball? Welcome, maraming salamat din. Okay, so dahil dyan, syempre in fairness, ang nag-share din ng pearl si Francis Pasana. In fairness, ang ganda ng entry, si Francis. Ang dami na naman chismis na ano, di mo nabasa. Ito naman, ito na, kasi may pila natin, ito naman, who. Pero may entry ka. May entry ka sa ating ano for tonight. Yan ang mahalaga. Okay. So, next natin, The Princess of Mega World. Nag-share din ng napakamagandang South Sea Pearl drop earrings with diamonds. So, alam mo, feeling ko gusto mo kasi to, no? Di ba? Uy, katerno. Alam mo, shinare mo yung gusto mo. Ang shinare mo yung gusto mo, alam mo yan. Teka, Rain Zafra, the Princess of Mega World. Okay, so for your investments in the future, pag gusto niyo mag-invest ng mga properties, nako si Rain Zafra of Mega World, nako ready kayo niyan. Aba, next din, nako, isa na namang Tahitian Pearl. Oh my gosh, eto, nako, napakaganda naman. Ang shinare naman natin for tonight is napaka-flawless na Tahitian Pearls ng 4AAAA, 4 na AAAA pa, na quality, no? Alam mo, bawat quality, oh my gosh, look at how lustrous this is. No? Mukha na siyang bakal, no? Mukha siyang hematite if marunong kayo sa crystals, no? But it's really a South Sea Pearl. Okay, si Gail Echeverria, yung ating nag-share niyan. Okay, so far we have 4 entries. Teka, ayan, sige, may sinasabi si Princess of Mega World. O yan, sabi ko na nga ba, yan ang gustong-gusto. So, alam mo na ang next investment natin. Okay, sure. Handali. Next. So, bigyan ko kayo ng time ng mga 4 minutes pa to share yung ating mga entries. So, kung hindi pa kayo nakakapagbigay ng entries nyo so far, meron tayong 4 na entries and isa sa kanila ay mananalo ng Crystal Abundance Bracelet courtesy of Celestial Blue again. So maganda i-share natin yung mga ano natin. Ay, naku po, sandali. Ayan, okay. So, sa mga gustong sumali again, if you wanna win 1,000 pesos worth of Crystal Abundance Bracelet, pumunta lang tayo sa Facebook or Instagram ni Celestial Blue. Share, mag-screenshot lang tayo na nag-share tayo ng mga pearls ni Celestial Blue. Okay, mga magagandang South Sea and freshwater pearls. And I see na kung gaganda ng mga entries na shinare nyo. I'm also wearing one. So I got this from Celestial Blue. This is a golden South Sea Pearl. Nagpareho din ng quality niya. 4 na A din yung quality niya. So investment piece talaga siya. And literally, tinan mo, if you do it, pag-compare mo side by side dun sa gold, grabe yung pagka-golden. Actually, halos pareho sila nitong isang ano ko. Ayan, no. Tinan mo naman yung kulay, halos pareho na siya nung ano. This is a 23 karat gold eh. And sa 23 karat gold, tapos pareho sila nung kulay no ano. Pareho nung kulay no ano. Nag-live selling. Practice lang yan, baby, sa live selling. Pag nag-live selling tayo ng mga pearl, wow, si Celestial Blue, pag nag-live selling, abangan na, okay? So, kung gusto niyo manalo ng ano, hindi pearl ha, hindi pearl yung papanalunan. Teka lang, super nice si Sir Chris, yun lang medyo matagal mag-reply. Grabe siya, busy kami, nag-aano kasi kami, nagnenegosyo kami ng pearl. Kaya ano, grabe to si ano, si Franz. May judgment pa. Okay, so ayun. In fairness, nako, ang entry nung next natin si Ses. Okay, ang entry niya, syempre, ito yung nakuha ko na, di ba? Di ba? Nabili ko na sila sa pinost niya, pero ako din yung bumili. Sorry na. Ayan, perfect. Okay, si Ses, you have our entry for tonight. Okay, sandali. And by the way, at the end of the month, lahat din po ng mga entries natin, lahat ng entries ng mga sumali ng lahat ng mga live na mga sessions natin, at the end of the month, meron tayong grand monthly raffle, and we will be giving away workshop passes as well. Hindi lang natin siya ginawa, supposedly mag-raffle tayo din, no? Pero hindi lang natin siya ginawa kasi nakadalawang live sessions lang tayo nung July. So that means yung 2 live sessions natin for July, I will also include that, lahat ng mga winners and yung mga entries ng 2 live sessions natin in July, kasama yan sa pinaka-monthly raffle natin para mas maraming mas maganda yung ating mga entries. Okay, so next. Okay. Meron din tayong entry. Okay, so This one is kay Joy de Guzman Gonzalez. So meron tayong entry. So, congratulations. May entry ka. Teka, si Joy de Guzman. Ay, alam mo, 10:59 na. So, sige, let's close it na ano, ng entries natin. Yung entries natin, one last chance para makasali tayo sa ating entry. So far, ito yung mga ano natin. So we have Raven, Francis, we have Rain, Zafra, we have Gail, we have Ces, and we have Joy. Meron pa bang hahabol sa ating ano entry? Ay, meron pa yatang hahabol. Okay. Ay, si Joy pa din yan. Okay, sige. Yes, Joy, kasama na. Na-acknowledge na natin yung entry natin. And let's see. Ayan, okay. So far, sige. That's the last of our Ay, teka lang. May entry din ba si ano? Okay, so yun. That's the last of it. We have 6 entries for tonight. We have Raven, Francis, Rain, Gail, Ces, and Joy. Ito yung mga entries ninyo. Si Kala. One of you will win 1,000 pesos worth of Crystal Abundance Bracelet courtesy of Celestial Blue. So ito yung randomizer natin. Saka tingnan natin. Okay. Ayan, okay. So isa sa atin. Okay, so ayan. So we have, again, we have Raven, Francis, Rain, Gail, Ces, and Joy. So isa sa inyo ay mananalo ng ating Crystal Abundance. Here we go. Here we go. Ayan. Okay, ayun na. Our winner for tonight's live session. Okay. Tingnan natin. In fairness, alam mo kahit ini-etchos mo si Celestial Blue, ang nanalo sa atin si Francis Pasana. In fairness, grabe siya ha. Huwag mo awayin si Tita Christy. Ayan, very good. Congratulations, Francis. Ikaw ang nanalo for tonight. And alam naman natin yung details kaya so ready na yan ready ka na i-share na natin yan. But thank you everybody. Again, huwag kalimutan to watch our weekly tarot reading and make sure na syempre we have to stay guided. And also sa mga hindi masyado nakaabot for tonight, pasensya na, but we will be back next Tuesday, same time, same channel here in our YouTube channel, Reiki with Marky. This has been Marky Mendoza again. Keep trusting the process, everybody. Namaskaram. Have a great week ahead. Bukas is a very good day, so galingan sa ating discernment tomorrow. Have a great night, everybody. Good night.